Hey guys, Ken with Provectus Group, and I am joined today by a good friend of mine and student, Andrea.
Hi, hello.
And today we are going to talk with you about this 380 Shield Easy by Smith & Wesson and why it's so awesome. Now, the reason why I wanted to make a video like this is because I truly feel that this is one of the best pistols of 2018. I really feel that it offers a solution. You guys have heard me talk about this pistol before. It was designed for people who have problems with racking the slide or loading the magazine or just dealing with recoil. But it does all of that, and it does all of that very, very well. And you guys have heard me talk about it, and I thought, hey, it would probably be better if I brung somebody on who is a new shooter, who's shot, the bigger guns before and had those issues that this is a solution for. So she could kind of tell you guys, her experience. So you don't have to really listen to me. So Andrea, take it away. Tell everybody, what it was like, especially in the beginning.
So I'm a brand new shooter. Without Ken's training, I have no idea what I was doing before I met up with Ken. But my husband, we have a couple of guns in our home, and he wanted me to learn how to shoot the one that we keep next to our bed. And so I brought this 40 in with the first time that I shot with Ken.
It was a 40 gun.
It was a 40.
Yeah.
It was a 40. So we were in the classroom for a couple of hours, and then we went out to the range and we were ready to go. And I shot that thing one time. I put it down, I cried, and I left. I spoke to Ken on the phone, and he said he had this gun he wanted me to try. Yep. He really thought it was going to be a great size for me, easy to use.
So yes, we had a conversation, a short time thereafter, and I was like, hey, listen, Smith & Wesson's come out with this gun. It's a 380 Shield Easy. It's easy to rack. It's easy to do all these things, right? But in her situation, the biggest thing was the management of the recoil. She doesn't want to shoot a hand cannon. That's what she shot the first time. And because this slide is easy to rack, that's what also makes it with the recoil management is kind of non-existent, a little bit more than a 22. So tell us about your first experience with the 380 Easy when you got to shoot it for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. So the second time I came back from my lesson, Ken had the 380 that he wanted to try. And then I, had no experience, so I was convinced that I also wanted to try the smaller gun that my girlfriend carries in her purse.
Yeah, that's right. It was a bodyguard.
Yeah, I couldn't even pull the slide back on that thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, that thing's tiny.
Anyway, so did some classroom again, went out to the firing range, and I shot the 380. And then from the first time that I loaded it, when it was the easiest thing to load, the first time I pulled the slide back, piece of cake, and it was just a natural, I just love the way it fit perfect in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm 5'2", I hope I don't have man hands, but, and I just loved, it fit perfectly, and I loved having the safety, behind the grip, because it just guarantees you have to hold the gun properly or it's not going to go off. You have to hold it right or it's not going to fire. But I loved it. It was just, I feel like I can load the magazine. It has these awesome little tabs on the side. And it just slides right down, and you can slide the bullets right in. It is the easiest thing. Yep. And to pull the slide, it's just a piece of cake. It really is. And then, so we shot it multiple times that day, and I loved it. I really loved it. And my confidence got up, and I had said, okay, I want to try, before I commit to this gun, I want to be sure that the gun that my friend loves is perfect for her. I wanted to be sure it wouldn't be perfect for me.
Yep.
And I couldn't even rack the slide on her little bodyguard.
Yep.
I was like, I don't even want to try it. I just want this gun. I know this is what I want. I loved it. It was easy.
A lot of people, when you see this gun and you're like, oh, okay, it's easy to rack the slide and it's easy to do those things. That's cool, right? Well, it's more than just being cool, because if you can't, rack this slide with confidence or rack it at all, you're not going to be able to load the gun. You're not going to be able to ensure that the gun is unloaded. So there's a lot of administrative things that are very, very important when it comes to gun safety.
Yes.
Where if you're not able to manipulate this slide like you shouldn't own that particular gun. So it's more than just, okay, yeah, you can rack the slide, that's awesome, good for you, right? If you got arthritis, you're able to rack the slide, good for you. No, it goes a little bit beyond that. It's a big safety thing. If you were talking to another female right now and they went through, or they're currently going through what you went through, what would you tell them?
Well, first I would tell them to get lessons from you because you
hey.
are a fantastic
Hey,
teacher.
hey,
I just want you to know that.
I appreciate that.
With you and
appreciate that.
Just the care and concern that you give during the whole process has been great. So number one, I would start with that.
Okay, thank you.
But number two, I would definitely be an advocate for this 380 Easy.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, it's easy to use.
Yeah.
And I don't have any experience with anything else other than a 40.
Yeah.
One time, which I'll never forget.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's easy. It's for a female to use. It's the perfect size grip. It's so easy to slide. It's just, I feel like it's the perfect gun for me.
Right.
And I know that I haven't shot anything else, but I don't honestly want to because I don't feel like it's necessary. Because I just need to learn my gun. I need to learn my gun and know how to use it at all times and be confident in it and ride on with it.
So I just want to thank Andrea for coming. Number one, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how far you've come.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of where you're going because we're going to keep shooting.
I love it.
But I do appreciate you coming on here because this is huge. They hear me talking all the time. I want them to hear it from the horse's mouth. Somebody who's gone through it, somebody who was terrified of it, right? And because of a gun like this, you're able to overcome those fears, your confidence through the roof. I think that's just so awesome to where now she enjoys shooting. She's going home and saying, hey, check out my target. You go to her husband, like, check this out.
I mean, since my second lesson, when you brought it out.
Yeah.
I was good. Second, third, and fourth,
Yeah.
I loved it. And
Yeah.
I'm open to learning because I'm not so intimidated.
Absolutely. Well, you're able to learn now.
Yes,
because
I'm
you're
able
not so
to
freaked
learn because
out,
I'm not just looking at
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
I've told this story before. My first gun that I ever bought, I bought at a gun store. I get in my car, the gun is in a case. There's no ammunition in the magazine. There's no magazines in the gun. And I still took the gun that was in the case and I turned the case so the gun was pointing away from me. Because in my mind, a bullet was going to jump in the magazine, and the magazine was going to jump in the gun, and it was going to turn around and shoot.
Well,
that was my thing.
Had no
training.
No training.
So it's just a lack of understanding, and now I'm able to. I thank God that I'm in a place where I can now pass that on to people.
Yes.
But I just thank you so much for coming and talking and sharing your testimony with people, because this is a great solution, and I just wanted you guys to hear from somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
pleasure.
guys. Yeah, you did good. Thanks, man.
Let's go shoot.
She was, let's go do that. She was nervous. She was like, well, what am I going to say? But you guys have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Y'all be good. Bye.